So Glenn Nielsen is going to speak with us, and the title of this speech is The Big Challenge. Glenn Nielsen.
Now, I think you guys would agree as Toastmasters, we're always looking for new challenges, right? We're looking for ways to stretch ourselves. So, am I as a Toastmaster looking for new challenges? No, I'm not. Actually, I don't like challenges. I'm all about the status quo. I don't want any change. But a couple of months ago, my wife calls me on the phone at work. Hello? Hey, honey, I just want to let you know that I signed up Keegan for soccer. Keegan's our 5-year-old. Okay, can we just talk about this later? Oh, and the games are on Saturday, the practices are on Wednesdays at 6:30, and there's a total of 8 games. I think this is way too much information. Can we just talk about this later? I'm really busy. Oh, and I just happened to notice they don't have a soccer coach. I really got to go now. No, you don't understand. I want you to be the soccer coach. No, that is not happening. I am not going to be the soccer coach of a 5-year-old soccer team. I don't like soccer. I've never played soccer. I don't like 5-year-olds. I don't like our 5-year-old. This is not going to happen. I am not going to be the soccer coach. I am not going to be the soccer coach. 2 days later, when I became the soccer coach, I'm walking onto the soccer field, and I'm petrified. I'm starting to sweat. I'm feeling a little nauseated and lightheaded. I'm thinking, do I have food poisoning? What is going on here? No. It's okay, Glenn. You've given presentations to adults. This is not a big deal. So I'll walk up and count them. There's 10 of these 5-year-olds just staring at me. And the great thing about 5-year-olds, they will improve your presentation skills. Because if you don't engage them immediately and keep them engaged, they will let you know in very subtle ways. Like they'll start rolling around in the grass, walking around picking flowers, pointing out things that are more interesting than you. Look, airplane! Birds! Think of that happened during your adult presentations. It might be a little distracting. So I struggled as a soccer coach, and our team struggled a little bit. So in our second game, this is a little sad, we were getting beat badly. It was probably 12-0. Now, understandably, you're not supposed to be keeping score with 5-year-olds, but 5-year-olds can count. Everybody can count, so everybody's keeping score. I think it wound up being 15-0. So there's my wife waiting for me on the sidelines. My wife is incredibly competitive. My wife was a collegiate level swimmer. My wife was a triathlete. She sees me, she looks me right in the eyes, and she says, "This will not happen again." So guess who became my new co-coach? So all of a sudden, now we've just immersed ourselves into soccer. We're on the internet. We're buying books. I'm watching professional soccer games in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. Now we slowly started to improve. Our next game, it wasn't as bad. We didn't win, but it was 5-0. The game after that, it was 4-0. And then it was 3-0. We became a defensive dynamo team. But we still had some struggles with scoring. And we get into our 6th game. And we actually win. It's like, wow. So we continued to try to find ways to make it fun for the kids. So after practices, what I did is I created this big, huge bowl of candy and toys. So every kid that showed up at practice got to pick from the big bucket of joy. Because sometimes the games were not very joyful. And then also what we did is we gave out little soccer patches. So if you scored a goal, you got a soccer patch. If you defended a goal, you got a soccer patch. If you showed up at a game, you got a soccer patch. Because at 5, it's all about quantity. It's not about quality. So at the end of every game, even though we all lost, they ran looking for those soccer patches. It was amazing. And at the end of every practice, we played this game. And it was called Kick the Coach. Okay, they didn't actually kick me. I know they wanted to kick me. But you need to picture this. 10 of these 5-year-olds, and they all have a soccer ball. And the goal is they have to kick the ball into me. And if they hit me, I bark like a dog. So I'm running around the soccer field. These 10 5-year-olds are all trying. I think most of the parents came just to see that part of the practice. We roll into the 7th game. We destroy them. We roll into the 8th game. We massacre them. So we actually wind up finishing the season 3-5 out of 8 games. The parents and the kids all forgot about all of that losing part of the season. And there were so many wonderful things that I actually got out of coaching these kids. It did create a wonderful bonding experience between my very competitive wife and me. Also, I got to learn a lot of things about soccer that I did not want to know. And finally, you know what? If they're not yours, 5-year-olds are actually pretty fun. So would I, if I had a choice, coach 5-year-olds again? No, I wouldn't. But I might not have that choice. My wife decides on spring soccer. Guess who might be that new spring soccer coach? Mr. Toastmaster.